me something to believe in.
Yes, indeed. Obama gives us something to believe in. He is the hero we need in these dark times where the supervillain has taken over. But remember, we the people have great power when we stand united. And you know what old Uncle Ben told Peter Parker, right? With great power comes great responsibility. And we the people have the responsibility of saving our democracy. The blue wave from this week's elections certainly does give us hope. But there's a lot of work that still needs to be done. And last night, none other than that hero, Barack Obama, crashed an event to give us what he is best known for, hope. And he also gave us a reminder that leaders can speak in complete sentences. Who knew? So hit subscribe to Really American Media and give me the hope that we can hit 1 million subscribers before the end of this year. I'm looking at you. Okay. So last night, our progressive buddies over at Pod Save America were doing a live recording of their show, and somebody crashed the party speaking words of wisdom.
Again, Tuesday was nice, but we've got a lot of work to do. Your task is going to be not to impose, litmus tests. We had Abigail Spanberger win, and we had Ron Mondani win, and they are all part of a vision for the future.
Okay, pause right there, sir. Now, first of all, it is good to see you again, buddy. It does fill me with hope, right? I know you feel it. And as always, Obama is spot on. We have a lot of work to do as we head into the midterm elections next year, and he brought up a great point right there about the litmus test. It's a trap that the left falls into all the time, and Obama summed it up very eloquently a few years back, and everyone needs to have these words etched into their progressive brains.
And one of the things I do worry about sometimes among progressives in the United States, maybe it's true here as well, is a certain kind of rigidity where we say, I'm sorry, this is how it's going to be, and then we start sometimes creating what's called a circular firing squad, where you start shooting at your allies because one of them is straying from purity on the issues. And when that happens, typically the overall effort and movement weakens.
Yeah, liberals often form a circular firing squad, and all we're doing is shooting ourselves in the foot. In fact, some of you are probably upset that I just made 2 gun analogies. Well, listen, check yourself before we all wreck ourselves along with our fucking democracy. I am occasionally accused of not being liberal enough by people on the left, and I am constantly told by people on the right that I am way too liberal. As the band Green Day once sang, do you know your enemy? And a lot of you do not. We have got to pick our battles, and infighting is not the fight to pick, except in the primaries. Now, the primaries, that's when we have to have the how far is too far to the left battle. But whoever wins, we all need to shut up and coalesce around that person, because the real enemy is on the right, and divided we fall. Where have I heard that before? And we did fall in last year's election.
Our job is to say that we want everybody engaged. And we want to have a conversation about how to make sure that every person in this country is treated with dignity and respect and their ladders of opportunity, and that there's the possibility of community, and that we're getting along not in some cliche, phonied way, but in a genuine, deep way where we recognize, yeah, we have differences, and yes, there are fights that are going to have to be fought, but that deep down, there is something core in us that we have in common that is extraordinary, and that America at its best leans in to this notion of e pluribus unum, that out of many can come one. That's the conversation that you need to have. That's the conversation that these guys are all about. I love them. I love you.
Yeah, and we all love you too, Mr. President. Now, he made 2 great points right there. We have got to treat people with dignity and respect. And he is not talking about being nice to MAGA. He means, first of all, that we have to treat each other, those in the center and those on the left, with respect. And we also have got to highlight Trump's treatment of immigrants, because the ICE backlash is a big reason that we surfed that blue wave this week. Now, ICE could be doing their work with humanity, but they won't, because cruelty is the point, and it's going to blow up in MAGA's face. People do not like what they're seeing. And to Obama's other point there, we cannot shy away from being liberal or progressive. Those are not dirty words. They mean that we believe in science and treating all people fairly. Leaning into that is how we're going to win. And comments on that new Obama video, like this one, show that by saying, quote, Obama walks into a room and suddenly everyone remembers what leadership actually sounds like. Calm, adult, focused on we, not me. Meanwhile, the other guy is rage posting about grocery prices he clearly hasn't paid in 40 years. One looks like a president, the other looks like a mess. Yeah, exactly. Or this comment, quote, when Obama talks about getting organized, he means coordinated influence, media narratives, social pressure, institutional capture. The revolution isn't loud. It's smiling, podcast friendly, and surgically focused on erasing the moral heritage of the West. Yeah. And allow me to highlight the very stark difference in empathy between the left and the right using Obama and Trump. Now, maybe you saw this little moment that went viral yesterday.
Jobs. But today we. Oh, you okay? Gordon, you okay? Yeah.
Yeah, a guy fainted in the Oval Office during a propaganda event. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, during a press conference. And what did our dear leader do? He stood there. He said and did nothing. He actually looked annoyed that the guy had the nerve to interrupt his little event. Now, if only I had some video that I could play for you of Obama being in that exact same scenario. Yes, if only I had that video.
That one illness. There you go. You okay? I'm right here. I got you. Yeah. No, you're okay. This happens when I talk too long. You'll be okay. Here, why don't you go? You got it? Yeah. Come on.
Yeah, that's Obama back in the day dealing with the exact same scenario as we saw Trump dealing with yesterday. But instead of doing nothing, he lends the woman a hand, offers some calming words, and makes sure that she got some help. That is a leader. That is empathy. That is something to believe in. Would you like another example? This is fun. Yeah, again, Obama doesn't just stand there looking annoyed, waiting for everyone to pay attention to him again. He actually helps out his fellow human being. You will never see that from Trump. Although I do have to admit, there's one thing we're seeing from Trump right now that I do kind of blame Obama for.
Say what you will about Mr. Trump. He certainly would bring some change to the White House. All kidding aside, obviously.
Yeah, I honestly think that Trump is doing all of these White House renovations to stick it to Obama for making that joke. Grandpa Donnie hates being laughed at, and he loves getting revenge. I could literally just sit here and play clip after clip of Trump raging on his perceived enemies. But that is not the point of this video. I'm trying to give us all something to believe in, because we already have plenty to be depressed about. So please, just hear these words from Obama one more time and hold on to hope.
There are fights that are going to have to be fought, but that deep down, there is something core in us that we have in common that is extraordinary, and that America at its best leans in to this notion of e pluribus unum, that out of many can come one. That's the conversation that you need to have. That's the conversation that these guys are all about. I love them. I love you.
Yeah, I love him, and I love all of you for watching this video. So please like it, comment below, and get vocal. From the Vocal Minority with Nick and Steve podcast, newest episode is out today, so go check it out right here on this channel. I'm Steve Harness for Really American Media.